What is a gospel appointment? It's simply an appointment to share the gospel. It really mixes some of the best practices of relational evangelism and initiative evangelism, and it creates a really good intentional, relational way to get to know someone and then really lay out the gospel to them and give them a chance to respond to Christ. And so my wife Christy and I, 7 years ago, started doing these with students when we started Christian Challenge at Chico State. And we started with just the two of us and meeting students, and since then God's built it over time, and we've seen hundreds of students make professions of faith in Christ, and those students learning the gospel appointment tool and turning around and leading others to Christ. And this school year we saw 128 students make professions of faith in Christ, and that's been mainly at those one-on-one gospel appointments.
Gospel appointments have been really helpful for me because I'm not naturally a go-getter. And so when I started catching the vision for sharing the gospel with others, having a tool that I could walk through with somebody so easily, like a gospel appointment, helped me to take initiative.
I tend to be more shy and reserved, and so it helps me share the gospel clearly and go through all the points. This semester I've been able to share the gospel with 8 girls, and they've come to Christ.
When you have that one-on-one meeting, just it creates that atmosphere of being just one-on-one and relational.
Having an opportunity to share with somebody in a very clear way, and using that time to share illustrations and verses bring a lot of clarity to help them understand the gospel.
They're really natural to set up, and whether they say yes or no to accepting Christ, it's really easy to set up a follow-up for the next week.
It doesn't take a lot to share the gospel with somebody and them to really get it, understand it, and then go out and share it with somebody else.
Gospel appointments just have given me the confidence to use my heart for evangelism in a very effective way.
And we do this with everyone that comes to any of our college ministry events. And we simply jump in after we make some small talk and say something like, hey, it'd be great to get to know you better, tell you more about what our group's all about. You want to grab lunch or coffee sometime? We get their number, we set up a time to meet with them, and then once we're at the meeting, we follow a 3-story outline. Their story, your story, and God's story. And it provides a great way to get to know them, share your heart, and then also lay out a full gospel presentation and give them a chance to respond to Christ.
So I came to Christ about 2 years ago through a gospel appointment, and at the end of it, I just felt really convicted in that, and I knew that I needed Jesus in my life.
I was shared with through a gospel appointment, and it really helped clarify things for me, and I felt really loved in having someone share with me that way.
That initial gospel appointment that made it so clear for me what God's done for us has given me the confidence to do gospel appointments with other girls, and I've actually led one girl to Christ since that happened.
And Cody approached me, and he went over the gospel twice with me, and then I received Christ that day. It was really straightforward, like what he explained to me. It just all made sense to me.
What's actually really cool is that I have a gospel appointment right now. I set one up earlier this week, and it ended up being right after filming this, so go do that.
One day I was out of town for a conference, and I got 6 different text messages from student leaders letting me know that they had led someone to Christ that day. Imagine what it would be like if every ministry that's watching this video, every ministry across the nation, led their students and staff into an intentional and relational strategy of sharing the gospel. How many of the 17 million college students would have a chance to hear and respond to the gospel?